Good morning, welcome to this one on the Porsche 911 997 Carrera C4S. What have we got in the box today? So in the last video, I talked about the fact that I was having trouble opening my Fronk. For those not in the know, that's the front bonnet, front boot, should I say. And lo and behold, one has ordered a switch from Amazon that I'm unable to get into.
Few moments later.
There it is. A nice 20 quid. How do they do it? Let's have a go at fitting it to the car. This will be a first.
So I thought I'd do it inside today because it's so bright outside, and hopefully you'll be able to see a whole lot better as to what we have to do. To start with, we got to remove this panel that I'm pointing to now. There are two locations where I've just pointed out that have a little black cap on them, and inside there is a 5mm Allen key size head, which you need to slacken off. So using a razor blade, I'm just going to try to loosen the cap. There isn't really anything else that will go behind it, and that brings that little darling out like that. And then we've got another one to do. So you'll find it a whole lot easier just to slide the seat forwards and backwards, just to give you a little bit better access, because that void is about 2 inches into that sill. This is a 5mm Allen key. Find your way. There you go. Then slide the seat forward again, just to give you a little bit better access on that rear Allen bolt. As I said, it's quite deep in there, and you have to kind of find your way through the carpet with the Allen key in order to locate the head of the Allen bolt. Then if you get a pry tool or something soft that's not going to damage the plastic trim, lift it up gently at one end, and then just sort of work your way along. You'll feel it start to come free, and then you should just be able to lift the entire panel off as a complete unit. Just be careful, because you've got your plug in there, and if you give that a little squeeze, it will quite easily come adrift, releasing the entire seal trim and the switch all in one unit. Now I'm just going to put the new one against the original, because this one was made in China. What do you expect for 20 quid? All looks good. You know, all it hasn't got on it is the part number from Porsche and the German made in sign. Get a pry tool and just lift those clips off either side. Be really careful not to break them, and then lift the switch panel out clean. These are the studs that you're undoing through the carpet. You can see that gap there, it's quite big. You're not taking them out all the way, you're just loosening them to remove the trim. So making sure you've got it round the right way. when pushing it in, it's a little bit tricky getting those clips to actually locate, so be careful with that. You can now put the whole piece of trim back in, put your plug in. It only goes in one way. I've pushed it out again, so just make sure that it does indeed snap in properly, otherwise it's going to come loose later on and then you'll have to take it all off again. Make sure it locks into those tabs there. Then make sure you pull the washers out on those 2 bolts that are in there, the Allen key bolts, and then slide it in. You'll see how it goes back. It goes back pretty straightforward. And then give it a tap either end and you'll feel it snap into place. Quite a nice little job, really. Now all that's left to do is to tighten the Allen bolts and put the plugs back in. Look at how that seat glides. It's like poetry in motion. So make sure you've got yourself a very slim and long-ish Allen key. I was lucky to have this one, otherwise I would have been in trouble. Nothing on a socket size will go through that little hole. Nip them up, not too tight, just push down a little bit on the piece of trim as you tighten them up, just to make sure it's down as far as it wants to go. And then we'll slide the seat forward after we've put the plug back. Apologies for having to add this audio on. It was just so noisy here today that it was just getting beyond a joke, so I decided to add it on later. Here we go, seat sliding.
The other one.
Ooh. Gotta love that, haven't you? And then the rear one. Done and dusted. Just get my cloth out. You know what I'm like. I like to have a little tidy up afterwards, make sure everything's nice and clean.
And now the moment of truth. The rear lid and the front lid. Yes. Result. Obviously the switch was a bit dodgy. And just in case you wanted to know, the part number, the genuine part number for this is 997.613.10502. Fits the 996s, the 997s, I think the 987s, all the Carreras, etc. Reliant Robins, it fits everything. But that's if you want to get a genuine German part. So I did as I normally do. I gave the trim a clean up before I put it all back. But and also make sure that that is pressed in properly. It will click to make sure it's in there. But yeah, really pleased with that. Yeah, what I used on there to clean it up was surface cleaner Gugon. Really good at moving gunk and adhesive and stuff like that. Well, that's about it for this one. A nice quick one. And who doesn't like a quick one now and again, eh? I'll put up the details of how I got this and where I got it from. Amazon, next day delivery, very good. But other online retailers are available. I want to say thanks again to Paul Grimwood for that tip regarding the aircon, which is in the previous video. And as far in terms of changing that throttle pedal, I've not had any problems. I've used the car a bit as well. Watch this space. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now. Now the burning question is, could I have fixed this? So I've had these 40 amp fuses forever. Don't even know why I bought them. Don't even know what they were for. Anyway,
We've got quite a tight seam all the way around here, and a series of little slots there. Ooh. Whoa, look at that. In the other side as well, I think. It's too fat. I'm going to try a Stanley blade. That's it. I just don't want it to spring out in case it's oh, there you go. Turn that light off because of the shadow. And then that lifts off of there. Oh, and then there's a board inside. Oh, which also lifts off. Right, let's make sure we keep this all in the order that it came off. Now, the Fronk switch is this one here. There's a little rubber cover. And that's it. There's nothing else there. So I'm going to put the cover back because there's nothing there at all, really. Put that back the way it was. So this basically touches on this terminal, this contact here. Now, anything could have happened here. There's a couple of little diodes in there. It doesn't look bad. Let's try a bit of light on the subject. There could be a bit of water damage to it around here. It's just about make out a bit of whiteness there. Trouble is, I have just realised that even if I can fix it, I'm not going to know because I'm not going to take it apart to try it. So it's a possibility with a clean up. We might have been able to fix it. And I don't think we're ever going to know. Unless one day I happen to have the other one out for some reason. Anyway, I think you could fix it if it's just a clean-up job. But for £20, is it worth it?